Morning, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, and I'm here at Torrey Pine State Natural Reserve. Gonna go hike up there. It's a little foggy this morning. Hopefully it clears up soon so I can check the views on my hike today. So I'm planning on hiking as much as I can hike today here in the Natural Reserve. I'm gonna go hike up the road up towards the cliffs and maybe even try to hit a couple of small quote-unquote peak bagger summits. Yes, you know, I gotta summit something. High Point near the visitor center and maybe Red Bluff. So let's see how this goes today. I'm hoping that this fog will burn off because I plan on getting up to some viewpoints today. So let's see how that works out. I'm gonna start working my way up. I'm gonna hike up the road and we'll see. So, what do we got growing here? Beach sun cups. Conisoniopsis hieranthifolia. Okay. Once I get higher up into the reserve, hoping to come across some endemic plants. Hopefully get a spotlight video in today. But I did see some stuff blooming on the drive up here, so yeah. Looking forward to this one with gusto. Alright, one of the plants I've been trying to see is blooming. This is C. Dahlia, Leptocine maritima. It's blooming up here. It's exactly what I was hoping to find. And we're off to a good start today. I think there's going to be a spotlight video today. See what else I find. California bush sunflower. Ocean loco weed. Okay. Okay. Mojave yucca is blooming right now too. Cool. Alright. Never hiked up this way before. Usually just drive up to the top. Yeah. Yep, there are the Torrey Pines, namesake. It is torreyana, subspecies torreyana. Very nice. Here's a monster Torrey Pine. Look at this big monster. This thing is humongous. Oh, wow. Whoa. Look at the girth on the trunk of this tree. Unbelievable. This thing is massive. Oh boy. This thing is gargantuan. Unreal how big this one is. I'm gonna get some pictures of this one. What else we got going on over here? A spiny redberry. Yeah, I got a lot of spiny redberry here at Torrey Pines as well. It's Rhamnus crocea. And we got some California sagebrush. Some Artemisia californica. Very fragrant. And a lot of lemonade berry growing along here too. Very nice. Yeah. This thing is absolutely monstrous. Oh boy. Ooh, here we go. Look at this Pavia yucca blooming right now. Wow. Yeah. Really cool. And we got, of course, black sage. Some Salvia mellifera action up here. A lot of it. Let's see. Look at that toyon right there. That's a toyon right there. Alright, looks like we got a crossover here. The trail goes up this way. Make sure there's no traffic. Wow. I've driven up this way before and been driven up this way as a kid, but I've never actually hiked up this before. Shaw's agave. Agave Shai, variety Shai. Yeah. I've been wanting to try hiking this from the bottom for a while now. And I'm glad I'm doing it. While the inland areas are going to be searing hot. And here by the coast, not hot. It's actually nice and cool right now. It's probably in the mid 50s. It's still a little foggy. Hopefully it will burn off in a little bit. Almost at the North Grove area. Alright. My first plan is to go visit the high point. Should be up there somewhere, so we'll see how that goes. And then we'll explore some of these other trails. Look at this. So beautiful here. This Mission Manzanita. I'm seeing a lot of this today too. Xylococcus bicolor. Very much at home in the coastal chaparral. Alright. So now I'm going to go follow the road up to the high point. It'll be my first summit visit of the day. I'll keep you posted on all the awesomeness. Alright. Gotta look for where the high point is. Should be a trail branching off from it to get up to the high point. Wow, look at that. So nice. Perry Grove Trail. High point should be up there. All right. road. Got the little access trail to the high point. Bush poppy blooming too. Dendromicon rigida. So I should be at the high point pretty soon. It's a reference marker. This is it. Torrey Benchmark. Wow. All right. This is Torrey High Point, or Torrey Benchmark. So, pretty short, easy walk to get up here. The road's not very steep at all. It's very mellow. But it's cool up at that high point. So later, what I need to do is find the trail that has the red bluff on it. That'd be another summit I'd like to visit today. But yeah, this is High Point right here. I think it's about 365 feet above sea level, I believe. Fog's starting to thin out, so start getting some pretty good views. Very, very nice. Yeah, I've never been up to this little spot here. The last time I was in this part was almost 11 years ago. I was living in Orange County and I drove up here from, drove down here from North Orange County where he lived. And I drove up and parked near the visitor center and just hiked around the trails for a few hours. This time, as you can see earlier, I started out from the south lot, the South Beach parking lot, and decided to hike up towards here so I could at least feel like I'm climbing something today. Very nice up here. It's gonna be time for a summit selfie, and views are gonna be a little limited because there is some fog, but let's go ahead and get this cracking. Alright, so let's talk about what views I can point out right now. I'm going to start by looking north. This is kind of more northeast. So we'll start off with northeast here. You see Black Mountain over by Rancho Penasquitos right there. It's another place I like to go. And kind of off in the haze, you won't be able to see it too well on camera, but way up in the distance, it's like Hot Springs Mountain over there. And then, that's where I was 2 weeks ago. That big long ridge in the background is Palomar Mountain. So that's still looking kind of northeast. North, it's looking towards the inner Del Mar neighborhoods. And ooh, handsome western fence lizard on that tree branch right there. Oh, pretty dipped. So we got north towards more of Del Mar, northwest towards the Pacific Ocean, looking out west, southwest, south, southeast, and east. Yeah. So I do have There's a lot of non-native. I've seen a few of these along here too. Non-native Opuntia ficus indica. It's right here. They do get established up here at the reserve. When it looks like another one of the triangulation, one of the reference markers there. Right there, you see that circular thing there. It's like one of the reference markers. See, up here you actually have the triangulation benchmark right up here. That is, ooh, oh, look at that gorgeous side blotch lizard. Ooh, how beautiful. Looks like a female. She is beautiful. Uda stansberryana elegans. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous lizard. I love those designs on the back. A little bit similar to a fence lizard, to which it's related. And there's the triangulation benchmark. Wow. And what do we got blooming over here, folks? No, we're staying on trail completely in this park. Let's just put it that way. But what we got blooming here is bushru, Neoridium dumosum. It's blooming right now. Very nice. Very nice. Four-petaled citrus-like flowers. Regular citrus flowers are usually 5-petaled, but they are actually 4-petaled, the bushru. And then down here we got wart stem ceanothus still blooming. Started blooming a lot later this year because of the rains. Look at that. Ceanothus verrucosus in bloom. It's blooming all over the hillsides. I just haven't been up close to it. Yeah, Ceanothus verrucosus is blooming in full force right now. Yeah. Oh, I love these rugged canyons. Wow. This is pretty crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go start looking for some more stuff. Alright. Thickleaf yerba santa. Eriodictyon crassifolium. Variety crassifolium is blooming up here too. Very nice. There's the high point right up there. There's a little turnout right there. And there's a little high point there. So I'm still heading towards the visitor center. I love these little rugged sandstone canyons. Here we are, coastal scrub oak, Utah scrub oak, Orchis dumosa. New leaves sprouting on them right now. Almost at the Torrey Pine's lodge. Alright, that's where the lodge is right there. First, I'm just going to take the little overlook trail here. This will be a very short one. I think Red Bluff is over there. Right over there, I think is Red Bluff. I'd like to try to see if I can visit that. I think that's what it is over there. I think that's Red Bluff. Or Red Butte. Red Bluff or Red Butte? See if I can visit that today, possibly. It'd be kind of neat to check that out. With the fog and moisture in the air, it's so fragrant out here. It's so fragrant. Gonna see if I can get over there. Alright, let's see what else I find. I'm gonna try the beach trail. This is the little overlook. I'm gonna try the beach trail. See if this gets me over towards Red Butte. Let's see. Here's a coastal chamise right here. Adenostoma fasciculatum variety obtusifolium. Yeah. Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's called the Yerba Santa. It's all blooming right now. It's just all blooming. Full bloom. That is so cool. So all this Yerba Santa is in full on bloom, lending a purple haze to the shrubs in the area. Wow. What else am I gonna find? Razor Point. Goes that way, beach. So I wonder if this is gonna get close to the bluff. I think that's it. I think that's Red Butte right there. Pretty sure that's it. I don't think I've ever hiked to it before. Ooh, chaparral bush mallow over here too. Malacothamnus fasciculatus, variety fasciculatus is growing here. Yeah. Here's a bush rue a little more up close. Yep, Neoridium dumosum. It is blooming right now. That's so awesome. And these beautiful Quercus dumosas, partially wind trimmed by the insane ocean breezes that blast through here. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a long video today, so just be prepared. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. Let's see, here's a trail going up this way. So I think I might just follow this down to the beach too. Just because it's there. Alright, but let's go ahead and take this right fork here. This will take us up to the Butte. Look at this. We're getting ready to go through a scrub oak tunnel. There are at least a few of them here. Well, I actually have to kind of duck down. Oh, wow. Cool. I love those little oak tunnels. Ah, black sage smells so good right now. So fragrant. Had to stop to make sure I wasn't looking at a mun sage, but it's definitely a black sage. Yeah. Quercus dumosa. Quercus dumosa. Yeah. This is pretty nice. Occasional lemonade berry to add a little extra variety. Yeah, I love scrub oak tunnels. Penasquitos Canyon has a big old scrub oak forest. If you're hiking down from Camino Ruiz Park, there's a big slope of chaparral coming down from the south rim on that shady north-facing slope, and it's a veritable forest of these scrub oaks. Wow. Okay, here's another junction right here. So I'm going to take the left to go uphill. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. Man, it's so long since I've been to this part. That's a little map. Yeah. Yeah. Red Butte. This is just about where I am right now. Let's go summit this puppy. Alright. This is Red Butte, buddy. This is it. A little bit lower than High Point. Much more rugged experience. Alright. Yep. Red Butte. Summit time number 2. Very short walk to get here. Alright. I'm going to get a picture. My summit selfie. Not going to be able to point out any views because it's still pretty foggy up here, but just enjoy what I have. Start heading down this way from the Butte. Heading this way. Let's see. Coast barrel cactus starting to pop up. A little off the trail, huh? All right. Red Butte. Pretty cool. Yep. Made both target peaks of the day. They're not big mountain peaks, but I summited 2 things today. And now it's time to just spend the rest of the day exploring the foggy park. I do apologize that there are no views today. Okay, I'm going to Razor Point, I guess. Guess I'm going there first. Ooh, western fence lizard. We'll get within inches of that lizard. Alright. Guess I'm heading Razor Point first. There, we got a coast barrel cactus right here. Now it looks like we got some Dudley edulis too. But yeah, coast barrel cactus up here. Yeah, there's more of that bush rue. What a great plant to see in bloom. Yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry that the views aren't so hot today. I do apologize. But I'll tell you one thing, it's much cooler than trying to hike in the inland hills today. I guess the trail keeps going down that way. Maybe I'll see if I can link up with the beach trail a little bit later. Okay. Lycium californicum, California boxthorn. Mostly it's very much a coastal plant, but I have seen it as far inland as San Clemente Canyon. I have seen it as far inland as that. Which isn't very far inland, of course. Yeah. I guess the Razor Point's gonna be over there. Alright. Let's see what else comes up. Alright, so what I did is I made a quick right at that picture. So now I'm heading towards Yucca Point. Razor Point's over that way. Let's go start with Yucca Point. Then I'll go over to Razor Point. Yucca Point. I have a feeling it's going to be aptly named, and that's why right there. Yucca Scadigera. Way over there too. Yeah, we got some Mojave Yucca. I did see a chaparral yucca on the way down this way too. Yeah, I've seen a lot more yucca popping up, so I guess this is quite aptly named. Sometimes names seem very arbitrary, or sometimes the names actually seem random in places, but not this time. Oh yeah, more sea dahlia. These ones haven't opened up yet. I was kind of hoping to get a spotlight video today on that plant. Yeah, we got a lot more Leptocine maritima over here. Hoping to get a spotlight video today, but I only seen one that opened up, and that was along the road. I might have to come back in a couple weeks. The extension area has a lot of it. The extension area, and most of it's been reopened since the fire about a year or so ago, which is a good sign. Oh yeah, here we go. Mojave yuccas. Yes, very aptly named. Lots of beautiful Mojave yucca. A lot of Dudleya edulis growing along here, and I'm pretty sure Dudleya, other species of Dudleyas would be here, like Dudleya multicaulus, and I did see one pulverulenta way off the trail earlier. I'm just about at Yucca Point. Oh, there's a gang of yucca here. Oh, yeah. There's a whole gang of Mojave yucca. Usually this plant is so widely scattered, but yeah, there's quite a bit of it here. Okay, what else we got blooming over here? California wishbone bush, or California 4 o'clock. Mirabilis laevis variety crassifolia, with its purplish, pinkish purple flowers blooming right now. Lots of young pieces of Mojave yucca clumps here too. Yeah, Mojave yucca is very highly on my list of favorites. I hate to play favorites with plants, but I really love these guys. Yeah. See, I'm here just a couple hundred feet above sea level, and I've seen this plant at 6,500 feet in the San Bernardino Mountains. So, and in the Mojave Desert, of course. Ah, Coast Cholla. Okay. There's a beach trail. I'll be going down there probably a little bit later. All right, get some pictures from the point. move on. Wow. Alright. Now we start going back uphill, back towards the Razor Point Junction. Actually a lot of families out today. So I'm trying not to get too much, trying to be careful and not get people in my pictures. I mean, yes, I'm out in public, but I still try to be respectful of other people. And I mean, if somebody's filming around me, I personally, as long as it's nothing offensive, I really care less. Like, oh, look at that guy. Oh, what a weirdo. You know, that kind of stuff, yeah, that's a problem. But like if they're taking a video and I happen to be in the area, and I'm not gonna get all bent out of shape about it. But I try to not get everybody else on my film, only because it's just out of for me personally, it's out of respect and their privacy, even though, again, this is public. But I still feel, why cause other people discomfort or anything if I don't have to, you know? Alright, well, we'll keep ambling back up this, back to the junction for the Razor Trail, Razor Point, and then off to the beach. Alright. That goes back to the beach trail. That's where I came from originally. So to go to the beach, I'll turn right here, follow the sign. Now, I'm gonna hit a Razor Point. So that's back to, looking back towards Yucca. Now let's go check out this part here. Marine layers really hugging the coastline today. Really was hoping to point out some views, but I'll take the cool weather over here anytime. Oh, it's black sage. Alright. Keep it posted, and I guess the views that I point out will be the up close views of all the plant life and whatever else I see today. A lot of coast paintbrush growing here too. I think that's what this one is. Looks like Castanea affinis, subspecies of Pinus. I believe that's what this one is. There's another one called Castanea foliosa that's here too, but I think that's the affinis one. Pretty neat. Up this way, I'll see. Alright, here's another paintbrush here. That one I'm pretty sure is Castanea foliosa. That one should be foliosa right there. That looks like Castanea foliosa. A little bushier, a little grayer, I think, than the coast paintbrush. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. So, I got another trail here. Let's see. Razor Point. Oh. Okay, so there's a little red button there. That's our location. Alright. Definitely have some more trails to explore in the area. I'm planning on taking advantage today. Alright. More yuccas over here too. Look at the wind-blasted Torrey Pines. They're just blasted by the winds. It's all because of the constant blast of ocean air over here. All right. Just about a razor point. Wow. All right. Razor point. Look at these canyons. Oh man, look at these canyons. That's insane. These beautiful, smaller, more stunted Torrey pines growing in this ravine. That is just insanity right there. I know it's probably not much on camera because of the fog. But yeah, look down there. That's insane. Wow. Back up to the trails. Here's one little micro detail. This shrub growing right here, right on this finger, little finger of this bluff. See, you know those varicoses just clinging to this little overlook. That's so cool. And this really young Torrey pine's already windswept at his very young age. The one thing about Torrey pines, especially the main reserve area, there's so much visual drama. Hello, buddy, goes a raven. Look at that. Just how dramatic these sandstone bluffs are. Yep, this is called flagging. Trees are bent to the leeward side of the wind, the prevailing wind. It's like flagging in a way. And look at the root system, pretty extensive, and you can see down there, there's more root from this tree. So this tree is maybe about 20 feet tall, but its roots seem to be going down to about 50 feet down there. You got to dig your roots deep to collect as much moisture as you can in this climate. We average about 10 inches of rain a year here. Yeah, this is borderline desert. Okay, so this joins up. Okay, so this is the Razor Point Trail here. Already been at Razor Point, been to Red Butte. Now I'm gonna go try to head down to the beach. See if I can get down by the beach and maybe go up the Broken Hill Trail, maybe? Let's see. Turn right, back up to the junction. So I'll get a little extra elevation gain today. All right, see you along the way. But before I do, pass this on the way up, or way down, or way over, whatever you want to call it. So you can see how thin the foliage is on this Torrey pine over here. But you notice this big bushy growth. It's called witch's broom. Probably parasites cause the exaggerated growth in one spot. It's called witch's broom. So there's a nice, handsome, young western fence lizard right there. Very handsome little lizard. Wow. just about to go back to this bridge right here. Cool little bridge. Gets cut by this gully right here. So dramatic. I love it. This gully right here is all small and shallow, and then it cuts really deeply under this. That's crazy. I love it. So yeah, it looks like this is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Coast paintbrush. That bushier, grayer one I pointed out earlier appears to be the Foliolus, and this. So what we have here, and yeah, that is so beautiful here. So beautiful. So we're back at the junction, coming back from Razor Point. Now to the next junction. I'm going to turn right, head down this way. All right, back on the beach trail. Okay. Some big steps here. All right, down I go. Some more bush rue. God, what a cool plant. It's blooming and it's starting to fruit. Okay. See you down the way. Some more botany and cliffside scenery here at Torrey Pine State Natural Reserve. Got some kind of ryegrass popping up over here. I think that's giant ryegrass. Yeah, look at the bluffs now. Over here is not as foggy on this side. This is a little bit closer to hand, but that's up near Yucca Point up there, where I was earlier. All right. These little erosion gullies. Yeah, there's more of that ryegrass right there. Pretty sure it's a lemon sudders. Pretty sure. What else I find. Alright, gotta make the next right over here. Okay. I couldn't really film at the junction because there are too many people and kids, so I didn't want to get people in the picture, but taking the right out to the beach. Almost there. Down by the water. This will be my next turnaround point. A lot of California boxthorn. We're right next to the water. Alright. I'm going to go down the last set of stairs. Be down at the beach. Alright. Beach. My elevation today. Sea level. Okay. There's sandstone bluffs above us. Here's the ocean water. Flat rock over there. Flat rock. Beach. Oh yes. Pretty nice. And flat rock looks like its tide's too high for that. Okay. Alright, time to start heading back up. Alright, back up the beach trail. Back up. I guess I'll go up this way too. Alright. Head up this way and see what's up here. Coast Joya. Ooh. Yeah, looks like we got bluff buckwheat here. Area going in parvifolium. Looks like bluff buckwheat. Cool. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Parvifolium. Wow, pretty cool. Alright. So where it grows. Bluffs. Overlooking the water. Ooh. Beach of Bronia. I think it's Bromia umbellatum, I think. Use sand verbena. One here too. Pretty cool. Interesting. A little mini viewpoint. So yeah. Okay. Pretty nice. That's where I went down. I came down that trail there, down there, the beach, came back up, came up back to the junction, came up this way, around here, get up here to the bluff. We'll head back this way. Ooh. Narrow bladder pod. Cleomela arborea vari angustada growing up here. Looks like the narrow pod variety. Pretty nice trails. All right. Some other cool things I find. Toyon growing here again. Heteromeles or Butifolia. Very nice, getting flower buds, I think. Yep. Late spring and early midsummer. White flowers on the toyons. In a few months after that, turn into red, small pomes, shaped like little berries, which are structurally like apples. Yeah, it's getting flower buds. Really cool. Toyon is a beauty in all seasons. All right. Still working my way up the hill here. My hiking map's going to look very convoluted today. Today's hike. So it should be an interesting hiking route. All right. Way I keep on going. Up this fairly gently graded trail. Oh, very beautiful today. So as we gain elevation, getting higher up into the parts of the preserve near the crest or chaparral. More chaparral species are showing up again. Now as soon as I turn on the camera, back out in coastal sage scrub again. Now, last time I was here was on a Saturday in June. 2014, way before I started shooting videos. Yeah, it's pretty crowded today on a Wednesday. Yeah, when I went that Saturday, it was packed. Okay, now we got another Dudleya. Dudleya lanceolata. We have at least 3 to 4 species of Dudleyas growing here. Dudleya pulverulenta, the chalk Dudleya, which I've only seen one today so far, but they're here. More than just that. I've seen Dudleya edulis. Perhaps I've seen the similar Dudleya multicaulus. And that one, which is Dudleya lanceolata. There might be some more. I think there's a rare species that grows at the bottom somewhere near the stones of the beach, I think. I want to say Dudleya blackmonii, maybe? Blackman's Dudleya, maybe? Let's double check that one. This is a very gradual incline, punctuated by steps. Try to make it easy for people to get around. Just a very pleasant trail system. There's our coastal chamise again. Adenosema fasciculatum variety obtusifolium. And then speaking of fasciculatum, here's the coastal California buckwheat. Very abundant here. It's the coastal variant. This is Eriogonum fasciculatum, variety fasciculatum. Alright. It's a pretty steady climb, but it's a very gradual incline though. Unless you're really super duper out of shape. It's not bad. It's a good work. It's a good small workout. Got some elevation gain from the beach. Probably close to 300 or so feet to get up to the mesa. Maybe 350. And we're back in Scrub Oak. We're going to do most of the other one. Quercus acutidens. I haven't seen that one yet. But I would assume it would be here in some capacity. All right. Oh, look at this old chamois specimen. That shreddy bark. Pretty similar to its related red shanks. Oh, look how tall these yuccas are. Beautiful. Oh, the breeze just hit me. Since it is balmy and muggy, I'm sweating pretty hard. Weather's very nice though. And a chaparral prickly pear, Butte auricola. As we get close to the rim of this beautiful hill. Very beautiful up here. Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of getting mileage in today. I didn't go out last week. Last week would have been a perfect week to go do a long distance hike. Cool weather in the mountains. If I did it in the mountains this time last week, probably would have come across snow. It was snowing this time last week in the lagunas. Yeah, back in the chaparral again. All the new leaves on the scrub oaks. So beautiful. So glad we did get rain after all. And we only got about half of the yearly amount of rain, but kind of came in at the back end. So at least came on the second half. All right. I guess I'll branch off here. Let me see where South Fork goes. I've been coming up a Broken Hill Trail. That's where I've been coming up, so take South Fork, go this way. Make some more looping out of this. So I'm gonna take the South Fork, go to the road. All right, let's see what else I find. More Ceanothus varicosus. Ooh, beautiful scrub oaks. Back out in the chaparral. Here's some laurel sumac. Ooh, look at that. Wow. I'm gonna hit that road over there. What a special place. Got a chemise. All right. Wow. Back in the foggy conditions again. Look at the rim of the mesa. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous Torrey Pines. It's been a while since I've been around them today. Alright. Keep on working my way around this. We'll see what other surprises and awesomeness awaits me. Alright, so walking here on the South Fork Trail. Man, I wish the cloud layer was a little bit higher. I wish the overcast were a little bit higher. Because they're just so doggone photogenic over here. Look at this pebbly soil here. Very similar to what I've seen at the extension area and also Crest Canyon open spaces nearby as well. It's the same soil here. Crest Canyon is another highly recommended place. If you want to see some awesome native flora. Very highly recommended place too. Crest Canyon has a few pretty rugged spots. It's definitely, for the most part, it's gentler, but it does have a few rugged spots as well. Now at the bottom looks like there's a lot of development, but what it is, it's fenced off. Kind of looks a little rough, but it's because it's a native plant restoration at the bottom of the gulch. So it might look a little developed for now, but it's because they're waiting for the native plants to grow to maturity and reestablish. And from last time I was there, back in 2023, it was doing very well. So, but there's a lot of really great botany in Crest Canyon as well. That's just a little further north, just very, very short, like maybe 2 miles north of here. Ooh, look at this Mission Manzanita. It's getting big. Ooh. And some nice scrub oak. Look at these scrub oaks. Beautiful architecture. Gorgeous scrub oaks. And here we go, finally some more laurel sumac. It's been pretty spotty here, but it's here. See you on the next clip. We're approaching near the Torrey Pines golf course, I think. I think the property line is just out over here. Here's a rugged looking chemise. What a massive trunk. Look at this. Nice, beautiful coastal chemise. It's been trimmed and everything. Probably by the wind and stuff like that. Dang, that's a massive burl. Very nice. Must be, might be vernal pools in this area. I think that's why this little boardwalk is here. Very nice up here. I think the fog's going to burn off soon. Pretty sure. But maybe when it does a little bit, I'll get some better photographs. Pictures. I like to take great pictures too. Alright. Maybe we'll lift up pretty soon. Alright. See you up the way. just on the outside. The golf course. Yeah, it's a golf course. Some silver dollar eucalyptus there. There's some big laurel sumac thickets over here. Ooh, I get extra water from the golf course. Not to mention a quite healthy looking Torrey Pine. It's at the end of Broken Hill. Okay. Let's see. So I guess this is South Fork Trail. This will start heading this way. Heading back this way, I believe. This road here is, I think, for hikers and bicycles, I think, only. So let's see. Let's go find some more adventure along the way. Alright, we're at a historical marker. Torrey Park Road. Whoa, 1915. 110 years ago. Listed in the National Register of Historic Places by the U.S. Department of the Interior back in 1998, October 1998. I was a junior in high school then. Torrey Park Road used to be, this used to be the main route between San Diego and Los Angeles in the 1910s. Dirt road was built in 1910, paved in 1915. So this pavement here is 110 years old. Interesting. Steep grade made it hard for cars to drive up and down. And because Model Ts, which were one of the main vehicles back then, used gravity to deliver gasoline to the engine in front, they had to climb up the hill in reverse. That's crazy. As the number of cars and how fast they could go went up, the hairpin curve near the Guy Fleming Trail became the scene of many accidents. So I guess they cut North Torrey Pines Road here in 1933, and I guess when this part here, when the park became part of the state, this was closed to cars here. This part here. Until you get to past the lodge where the parking areas are. So this is just pedestrian and bicycle traffic, I believe. So let's enjoy this. Okay, time for some botany. Yep. I remember the first time I walked along this years ago. Yeah, I remember San Diego mountain mahogany growing here. Circocarpus minutiflorus. And these little things are the blooms. These are the flowers. Circocarpus minutiflorus. I want to show you though this beautiful wart stem ceanothus here. It's an older specimen here, and it's in full bloom. Now that's Ceanothus verrucosus. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I guess the only cars I could drive here are state park vehicles. I guess you gotta get from one spot to another pretty quickly. Oh, the breeze is nice up here. So yeah, you see there's a lot more mountain mahogany up here too. Right here along the mesa. Yep. Circocarpus minutiflorus, and these flowers are more open. So these are the blooms. And they have a slightly sweet fragrance too, believe it or not. I didn't know that they would. But yeah, Circocarpus minutiflorus does have a slight fragrance to it. Kind of a pleasant, not extremely fragrant, but definitely has a pleasantness to it. Wow. Yep. Circocarpus minutiflorus. Trunks. There are the trunks. There's an old chemise down here too. Old chemise. Raven. Good morning, buddy. It's a bird. What a handsome bird. Yeah, looks like vernal pool habitat here too. Yeah, these were vernal pools. Yeah, this is where vernal pools form during wetter periods. If there were any, they're pretty much gone by now. Very pleasant up here on the mesa. And here's some more woolly paintbrush. There's a little more history to be seen here. Right before this was part of the state park here, this was an army base or an army camp for long-range artillery during World War II. That's crazy. In 1940, the Army leased 710 acres from the city of San Diego to build a training camp for long-range artillery to keep us protected here on the West Coast. Okay, I guess most of it's more down this way towards UC San Diego, Glide Airport, and the golf course. So this area, Broken Hill, is, I guess, where it extended. Wow. 1942, this area changed more from coast defense to anti-aircraft. Basic training. Oh, I guess there was boot camp here too, huh? Huh. Interesting. The privates got their basic training as well. The helmet, water canteens, 40 millimeter shell, and some slugs. 50 cal and 30.06 slugs. Okay, so Camp Callan. Okay. Very interesting. I like to incorporate history, whatever else I can into these adventures. Seems to be some pretty decent bits of that as well. So this is probably, I guess, maybe the northern terminus of Camp Callan. Okay. So I guess the Army recruits would hike down and up through these canyons back in the day. Alright, well, just another piece of interest to add to the puzzle of what is Torrey Pine State Natural Reserve. Alright, well, let's see if any more history pops up along this way. Looks like we're passing by a maintenance operation center. This is where the maintenance stuff is. Stay out of there. Looks like they allow some overflow parking out here. A bunch of cars parked here on the side of the road. It's kind of interesting. Getting pretty close to the lodge. Have to take a stop over there. Before I go in, I'll probably have to find a place to sit and just get a little bit of water. As long as I've been hiking, I haven't drunk any water yet. Perfumey aroma. There's got to be some Cleveland sage around here. Go exploring a little bit. I can smell it. Cleveland sage has a distinct aroma that's more floral or more lavender like. Definitely more fragrant. More fragrant. I can smell it too. Just can't see it yet. I guess it's around here. Look at this. Look at the backside of the bluff. Gorgeous. I think I can get a couple pictures here because the fog is thinning out quite a bit. So here's one parking area. I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find it. I can smell it right now. Yeah, I can smell it clear as day. I'm probably not that far from it, but its perfume can carry quite a distance. Yeah, I can smell the Cleveland sage. I think it might be around here somewhere. Hunt around for it, but it's around here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Alright. I can smell the Cleveland sage, but I can't find it. Oh, this is a shame. This right here, I don't know why this got trimmed back, but this is Nevin's barberry right here. This is Berberis nevini. I don't know why it got cut back over here. I remember this used to be a much bigger shrub. Somebody cut it back. But yeah, I smell the Cleveland sage. I can't smell it now, but I smelled it before. I just couldn't find it. I can smell it clear as day. Here's the lodge. Take a look at some of the growing here. Yep. Aragonum fasciculatum, variety fasciculatum. This is the coastal variant. And of course, chaparral bushmallow. Of course, this is variant fasciculatum. Fasciculatus. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely saw some of this today. I hear they're seeing up as varicosis. This thing's died back a lot. I remember the first time I was here, it was very big. But yep, still blooming, still carrying on. And here's a pretty big toyon right here. This is a pretty decent sized toyon. This is a pretty decent sized one. course, agave Shai, variety Shai, Shah's agave. Yep, one or two variants of this plant growing. The other one's variety Goldmaniana, which grows in Baja. So our variety is variety Shai. And there's a W. edulis. And of course, Mispon Glauber, variety Glauber. Yep. Which is the deer broom. Lots of lemonade sumac, or lemonade berry. Oh, Burger of Cactus Emery. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this over at Point Loma. Yeah. I've seen this in Point Loma. Ooh, and Delmar Manzanita. Arctostaphylos crassifolia variety. Glandulosa crassifolia. Ooh, it's blooming. Okay. Nice. When I see goat nut or jojoba. Yes. Sabonsia chinensis. So yeah, find this one, the Delmar Manzanita. This is much more common on the extension area of the preserve. This is much more common over there. Believe it or not, this is actually a subspecies of a much more widespread Eastwood Manzanita. So this is a subspecies of Eastwood Manzanita you find much more commonly in our foothills and up to the mid-mountain slopes. Oh yeah, Ficus indica. Yeah, Puntia Ficus indica. Surprise. Yeah. Oh yeah, here are the blooms of agave Shai, variety Shai. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's go around this way. Let's see what else is here. Ooh, Catalina cherry. Perunus ilicifolia, subspecies Lyonii. Yeah, and it's gonna flower. Oh yeah. This is the large subspecies of the hollyleaf cherry. Yeah. Oh, look at this gnarly lemonade sumac or lemonade berry. Oh, that's bad. I love it. That's a big one. That's a nice lemonade sumac. All right. There's a little trail around here, huh? I guess I'll have to go take it for the sake of exploring more up here. Ah, look, this is a single trunk Rucintegrifolia. Okay. Oh yeah, I love a single trunk specimen. I love it. That's a beauty. All right. Young sapling Torrey Pine. That's cool. Yep. Coastal chamise, Adenosma fasciculatum, variety Tusifolium. That's the only variant I think that grows here. I don't think the regular variant variety fasciculatum grows here. You have to go a little more inland for that one, I think. I haven't seen the regular Adenosma fasciculatum, variety fasciculatum over here. Once you go 15 miles inland, that basically becomes your variant. There's another variant, I think, in the Channel Islands called variety prostratum, prostrate chamise, which grows as more of a ground cover, low growing. Look at that Indian fig cactus thicket right there. or should I say mission prickly pear is another name for this plant. Yeah, fog's starting to lift a little bit more, so should start getting some sun. Yeah. It's nice to get out and get some hiking in, I'll tell you that. Last week, I fumbled. I fumbled badly last week by not going out. Oh, wow, look at this view. Look at this gorge. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, look at that. A chaparral choked ravine. I love that. There's a lot of non-native Carpobrotus, the sea fig, or Hottentot plant, or ice plant. It's this here. I'm assuming that's probably Carpobrotus edulis, but I think it's a chilensis, I think is another species. But yeah, look at that. Yeah, all that light green stuff covering the top of the rocks, that's all Carpobrotus, non-native sea fig or ice plant. And then, of course, the shrubs are our typical scrub oaks and coastal chamise, Torrey pine trees. Yeah. I like how these Torrey pines look up here. They're pretty nice looking. I guess they got QR codes here you can scan. I'm gonna go take a walk around this trail too to add a little variability to this hike. Alright. I guess we'll head this way. That's the only white sage I've seen today. Salvia apiana. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, nice scrub oak. So yeah, earlier on, I could smell the Cleveland sage in the air, but I couldn't find the plants. Now you'll smell it from far away. Look at that coyote brush here. Yeah, okay. Baccharis pilularis subspecies consanguinea. Okay. Yeah. Still not seeing the Cleveland sage. Like I said, I was coming back down on the road and I caught a whiff of it. Now I'm smelling the black sage. Oh yeah, some more bushroot. Yep, those little 4-petal flowers. Very nice. Nice viewful seat right there. Oh, look at this old trunk. This was an old Ceanothus verrucosus back in the day. This was an old one. Fortunately, it has passed. Well, here's a tall bushroot right here. Let's see if I can catch a whiff of the flowers. Very slightly. Trying to catch a whiff of it. Yeah. So we're looping back out on the road. Yeah, I was trying to see more of these in bloom. I want to get a spotlight video on those today, but I guess that might not be in the cards, unfortunately. Alright. Keep heading this way. Go back over towards the lodge, maybe. This is inside the lodge right here. So interpretive displays in here. Cooper's Hawk. Accipiter cooperi. the lodge. Yep. Alright, time to start thinking of my next plans. I might still hit a couple more trails before going back. Oh, look at this white sage. Ooh, that's pungent. I love it. First, I'm going to sit down and maybe get something to drink. Alright. Gonna leave the parking area. Start heading my way out. Turn right here. Start heading towards maybe a couple other loop trails. Here's another species of lycium. This one's got large leaves on it. I'm not sure what species this one is. This is a species of lycium. I've already seen lycium californicum, the California boxthorn. But this is another one. I don't know if this is Andersonii. I've seen Andersonii, but it has tiny leaves. So this might be a different species of lycium. I have to take a picture and do some cross-referencing on it. I'm just barely leaving the lodge area. So let's see. Get a picture of this plant. Next up, Perry Grove Trail, right up here to the left. Let's see, Perry Grove Trail. There's a little native garden trail here. Alright, here's more of that Burgero-cactus emery. It's called a Whitaker Garden. Ooh, looks like these Shaw's agaves are starting to form seed capsules. That's cool. Agave Shai, variety Shai. Oh man, what a cool plant. I tried germinating it once. I ordered seeds online. Fortunately, it didn't germinate. But I do have desert agave. Cliff spurge, Euphorbia misera. Ooh, it's the only one I've seen today. Yeah. Yeah, this is Euphorbia misera. Yeah, it's the only one I've seen today. Kick butt. One of some Dudleya pulverulentas in cages. Cage Dudleyas. Alright. Okay, here's more trail action right here. Ooh, a male side blotch lizard. Male western side blotch lizard. That's a male right there. Handsome.
I like to live for these stories with you. Like, well, didn't really want to happen to me, but I did feel good.
Wow. What a beautiful lizard. What a beautiful little buddy. That is so nice. Oh yeah, here's that cryptogamic soil. Reason why you stay on trail. You don't disturb the biological processes. Oh, look at this nice cut canyon behind us. Deeply cut and sized canyon. Okay. Let's see. Go around this a little bit. I think I'll go down the hill a little. So I guess we're coming up to another overlook area. And then I guess I'll take the Perry Grove Trail. This is a little offshoot leading to an overlook. A lot of overlooks here, I tell you. Yeah, this is a pretty strong marine layer today. It's really hugging this coastline, something fierce. I just wish I could have gotten some more wide-ranging view points, but it's always better looking when you're here in person. Trust me, it's always better looking in person. Always. Yeah, pretty nice canyon. All right, working my way back. Take the actual trail. Oh, there's a chaparral prickly pear right there. Butte auricola. Nice. And a little miniature clump or two of chazagave. So yeah, another chaparral prickly pear. There may be at least anywhere from 300 to 500 species of prickly pears here. One non-native and the other one's native. Point auricola, Point littoralis, the coast prickly pear, which is that right there. And then non-native mission prickly pear, which is the real big one with the much more sparsely spined pads. And then the other two are very closely related and very similar to the coast prickly pear, which are two hybrids. Puntia vacei, mesa prickly pear, and the Puntia occidentalis, western prickly pear. Both of which have coast prickly pear as one parent, and the other parents are more of our desert ones like Engelmann prickly pear and so forth. All right, this could be interesting. All right, let's see what I find along this neat little trail. Okay. Yeah, looks like we've got a split here. Take the right fork and come back the other way. Alright. Ooh, Mission Manzanita. Go back up the other side, I guess. Oh boy. Alright, here we go, entering Perry's Grove. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Younger trees here. Yeah, we're getting a lot more laurel sumac too. Yeah, some younger trees that are doing pretty well here. Yeah, I got some short legs, so a little further for me to reach down to get down there. Ooh, this is a nice lush ravine over here. Very beautiful here. Very nice. Oh, look at those laurel sumacs. This trail seems to have a lot more laurel sumac than the other trails did, which is good for me, of course. So I guess maybe I'll loop back up the other side. Take the left fork and then go up the right. Come back from the right. Ooh, some more chaparral prickly pear. There's quite a bit of that here, actually. There's another rugged canyon, another sandstone gorge below us. And some more abronias. More abronias. And more beach sun cups. Really nice. Really nice. Look at these. That's sick. I just love it. Ooh. Here's the other Lycium, the main one. Lycium californicum again. These really tiny, tiny white flowers. Really tiny white flowers on it. There's the ocean again. Seems to be more Punti auricola here than Punti littoralis. There's a lot of this here. There's a lot of Punti auricola growing here. I love it. Very nice. Alright, well, time to keep on trekking. See what else I find. Right. This sea dahlia is starting to open up. Leptocene maritima. Starting to open up. And some more sea dahlias. That's one thing I wanted to see very much today. Let's see. Oh, here's a nicely flagged Torrey Pine right here. Wow, that's pretty nifty. It's an unopened cone right there. That's so neat. All right. Some more Mojave yucca. Okie dokie, getting ready to flower. Cool. Alright, what else am I gonna find? What other awesomeness am I gonna find here today? See what else pops up. A beautiful little side blotch lizard. Look at that. Look at that. A very common lizard here is the western side blotch lizard. Now we're coming in to another plant. First time I've seen this one before. This is coastal wallflower right here. This is Erysimum ammophilum. Now, I've seen its close cousin up in the mountains a lot, and that's Erysimum capitatum, variety capitatum. But this is Erysimum ammophilum. This is the one that grows by the coast. This is the coast wallflower here. It's a member of the Brassicaceae, the mustard family. And we got it blooming here. Coast wallflower. It's a little brighter, more lemony colored than the wallflowers up in our mountains, the capitatum species. And those will start blooming probably next month, the western wallflowers in the mountains. And then we got golden yarrow here, hasn't bloomed yet. Areophyllum confertiflorum, variety confertiflorum. And then we got Crocanthemum scoparium, yellow rush rose. So yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a coast wallflower. But yeah, yet another piece of the awesome botanical puzzle that is the coastal communities here in Southern California. This is an absolutely stunning trail here. Look at the bigger Mission Manzanitas popping up. Yeah, this is a good trail. This is an absolutely stunning place. Had a lot of fun exploring these trails. And still have the Guy Fleming Trail. I'm gonna probably explore that one as well. Trying to get in as much as I can. Look at that. Mojave yuccas galore. This is a really nice trail. Very nice trail. Look at this thicket of Torrey Pines right here too. Alright. Start climbing up this and see what other kind of treasures I'll come across and find today. Okay, looks like I'm back at the junction. So I just completed the loop. Now it's just time to go up the steps back up this canyon here. Yeah, this is a pretty dope trail. I think the last time I was on this trail was when I was a child or pre-adolescent. Last time I was here in 2014, and I don't remember taking the Fleming or the Perry Grove trails. All right, just got to go up these steps, emerge back on top of the mesa. All right, see you up the way. It's a beautiful canyon here. All right, so another side blotch lizard. Look at little buddy. Look at that. Beautiful one. So many of them out today. So yeah, just about back at the end of the trail. Just take your time going up those steps, they're steep. Ooh, Phaerocactus viridescens. Cool. I love me some coast barrel cactus. There's some more of it here with a little sign next to it. What a cool plant. I like a little tiny Mojave yucca. Love it. All right. So now I'm going to go down this way. Head down to the right, or left. See if I can find the Guy Fleming Trail. Alright. Fog keeps trying to break up and then reform. Alright. See you down the way. Alright, our next trail's up ahead. North Grove, Guy Fleming. All right. Okay. We'll take the next trail. Here we go. All right. Entering the next one. This is gonna be another loop. Doing a lot of loops today, I'll tell you. Look at that. Yes. Look at this beautiful Torrey Pine. Torreyana subspecies torreyana. Look at the crazy buttressing on the branches. I think I've seen this actual tree in a book. There was a book, I think I saw a picture of a woman standing in front of this tree. It's one of my plant books. I think this is the tree. So I'm gonna go down this way and then return this way. So I'm gonna left fork it like I did last time. Got a lot of these little buddies around. Little buddy. Hello, little buddy. Look at that. What a handsome bird. Yeah, I'm still kind of lacking on my ornithology. A little bit of reddish underneath it. Oh, I haven't seen this one in 2 years. Milkmaids. Cardamine californica. Milkmaids. I have not seen that plant in 2 years. I didn't come across it last year. I'm in my spring hikes. 2023 is when I first came across it. And now it's blooming pretty nicely over here. Seems to be a lot of it. Yeah. It's another plant in the mustard family. Just like the coast wallflower that I saw on the Perry Grove Trail. So yeah, the botanical diversity here is just out of sight. All right, well, look at this the old trunks here on this Ceanothus verrucosus. That is so neat. So let's see. Yes, glad I made it out to most of these trails. I'm really glad. I figured since I came here, I'm gonna take my time, get some miles in, and really enjoy this trail. Here we go. Push-up displays by another male western fence lizard. Hello, buddy. You ain't got to worry about me, buddy. I'm just passing through. Yeah, the fog is very persistent right here on the immediate coastline. Pretty sure where I live, it's probably like 86, 87 degrees today. So, rather than miss this week in addition to last week, I figured I'd go coastal. Here's another opened up sea dahlia. That is so awesome. Very rare, local, endemic, native plant. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is another treat of a trail. This beautiful canyon here. I can still see the marine layer clouds scraping up against the sides of the hill. Yeah, this is a very serene trail. Where's an old Mojave yucca? Old one. You see the old root, the old base of it. That's a dope place, I'll tell you. All right. Let's see what other wonders I come across today. First of all, here's a little spur trail here or something. So I'm going to branch off. That's the main trail as it loops its way around the west face of the bluffs. I want to see where this leads. Here we are, right immediately above the shore. Another beautiful little side blotch lizard. Oh boy! of them today. Look at this prickly pear. I think this one's a hybrid between our native and the Mission prickly pear. I'm pretty sure this is a hybrid. Half native, half not native. Alright, so here we are at a little overlook. A little short side trip. Trying to get as many little side trips as I can in today. There's that canyon as it leads out to the water. Yeah, look at that. Torrey Pine State Beach is just below us. Very awesome. Very awesome. Alright, so I'm going to go sit down and get some water and then try to finish closing out this loop. So much earlier, I pointed out the narrow potted bladder pod, which was Cleomela arborea variety angustata. There's a typical variant here with the more rounded Cleomela arborea variety arborea. As I get ready to go head back up the hill. Start heading back up. Ooh, got beach sandman. Cardionema ramosissima. Growing here too. It's been a while since I've been around that plant. Cardionema ramosissima. Beach sandman. Alright. So I'm just about back at the main trail. That's from whence I came right there. So, close out this loop by going over this way. Okay. Wow. What a great day to be out here. Oh, man. Little buddy. Man. Yeah. Another handsome lizard out on the trail. Yeah, I love my reptiles and amphibians. Love seeing those lizards. Alright. Let's keep on trekking. I love how Shaw's agave's been naturalizing here. It might have been native here a long time ago, but it used to be, it must have been native here many eons ago, then it became eradicated after people settled in and everything, destroyed its habitat, and now Torrey Pines is reestablishing it here, reestablishing this plant. Because this is very much its native habitat. Oh yeah, here's more of that bluff buckwheat right here. Here, going parvifolium. But yeah, back to the agave. Yeah, they're reestablishing. They're doing very well. Don't be alarmed by that dead tissue. Those are just rosettes that flowered. The rosettes that flower, they're monocarpic. They flower, set seed, and then dry up. So that's why this is all one root system. So the multiple rosette ones will continue the plant living for many, many years. I know we got some Schultzia californica, California poppy action popping up too. Very interesting. All right, let's keep on trekking. We've been noticing a lot of these things hanging around the reserve. These are supposed to be bark beetle traps. See all this dead wood here. A lot of these trees have been decimated by bark beetle during the last several droughts that have really made this plant a lot more vulnerable. A lot of dead Torrey Pines here, unfortunately. And all the surviving ones so far, a lot of them are looking pretty rough. It's a shame. Sad, it really is sad. You see a lot of the ones that still have living tissue on it have dying back. Pretty sad. But something on a happier note, look at the huge leaves on this Mojave yucca. It's got some massive leaves on it. Woo! That's pretty cool. So if you see those things hanging around the park, they're for trapping non-native bark beetles. It's got another little overlook here. Alright. Some stuff off over here. Natural garden here. Abronia, Coast prickly pear, and of course, spiny cucumber. Nice little overlook here. Nice little overlook again. There's the parking area down there. I can see where my car is from here. Those two right there, mine's on the left, right in the corner. That's where I'm parked. Wow. This has been a really, really nice day. I'm glad I took most of these trails. I don't take every single trail, but I took most of them because I really wanted to explore and get some variety today and show you the variety this place has to offer. Alright, well, I'm going to go back to the main trail, turn left, and continue closing out the loop. Alright. Here we go. Oh, before I go, Conchalawa, starting to bloom. Zeltnera venusta, starting to bloom up here. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, about the trees' inability to produce sap during droughts, or at least produce enough sap. Because sap is what these trees use as a natural defense. It's kind of like blood of the tree. It pushes out disease, gets nutrients circulating. So the sap is what helps push the beetles out of the bark. Helps them survive bark beetle attacks. See, we still got some nice shapely trees here that are still doing relatively well. Look a lot healthier here. So yeah. Sap is like the lifeblood of the tree, similar to what blood is to humans in a way. So during really dry conditions, these trees produce much less sap, and the less sap they produce, the less likely they're able to force out those bark beetles and their larvae. Which is a shame. This is a very beautiful section here. It's looking down by the park road down there, which I'm going to be hiking down pretty soon, and North Torrey Pines Road is beyond it here with traffic. And look at this Ceanothus verrucosus right here in this Torrey Pine woodland. This is stunning over here. Still quite a bit of fog in the area. Still pretty foggy. Sorry I wasn't able to give you a lot of really panoramic views today. But, yeah, well, at least get some pictures of these trees. Right. Yeah. That gorgeous woodland here. Still have this area. North Grove. Yeah. You know, it's a special feeling when you're amidst the conifers, pines. 2 weeks ago, I was doing an ode video to one of Torrey Pine's relatively close relatives, which is the Coulter pine, and found some massive ones over in Cleveland National Forest over by Palomar Mountain. Those are some massive Coulter pines. Coulter pines are yellow pines, and so are Torrey pines. These are technically yellow pines. The difference is, unlike most yellow pines, the Torrey pines are 5-needle pines. Most yellow pines are 3-needle, usually. Not always. I mean, there are a few 5-needle ones, or different needle numbers. Torrey pine is a 5-needle pine. Kind of like the white pine group, but it's not a white pine. Again, these are yellow pines. These are related to ponderosa. These are in the same group as ponderosa pines, Jeffrey pines, Coulter pines, and gray pines. In fact, they're a little bit more closely related, I believe, to Coulter pines and gray pines than they are to the others, but they are in the same group. The section ponderosi group is the group to which these Torrey pines belong. So yeah. Ooh, is this a little crassula plant? These little red things on the ground. This might be Crassula conata. Might be what these are. The little plants in the stonecrop family, Crassulaceae. Probably can't see them well on camera because they're so tiny. But there's another plant in the stonecrop family right there, Dudleya lanceolata. So look at this wooded section here. Look at this. Look at these ferns. Underneath the, I think this is Polypodium californicum. I'm gonna double check on it. I think this might be California polypody. Don't quote me on it yet. But look at the bark on this chamise. Chamise, and then it's just some. Oh, look at this beautiful bush rue. Coastal spice bush is another name for it. And then we got this bluff here. This section of trail is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Gorgeous. I didn't see my Cleveland sage, unfortunately. Alright. Just closed out the loop. About to hit the road. Start descending. More milkmaids. Some more Cardamine californica. Very nice. Alright. Alright. Back at the road. Turn left to go downhill. Start descending. Start descending now, and I'll see you down the way. All right. Yeah, this is the north-facing slope, north and east-facing slopes of the mesa. So as we start descending. get to enjoy some quite lovely scenery. Yeah, I can already tell my video is going to be probably 2.5 hours long because I ended up filling up a whole memory card. I'm on another memory card. I come out to places like this when botany is out of control. Yeah, that camera is going to be on a lot. Look at this. Just look at this beautiful scenery here. Now that the sun's coming out more, I can get some more pictures. Still can't get over the size of that toyon right there. Look at the trunks on that. That's a massive toyon. Whew. Crazy. I love hiking up this one. Next time I come here, I'm hiking up this again. Next time I come here, I'm hiking up this. I think I ever need to drive up this again. I'll just hike up it again. This is an easy hike. Hiking up this is really easy. It's very mellow. Very well graded trail and road. Hiking this is pretty easy. Just look at that wooded scenery back there. And there's the big Torrey Pine right up there again. There's a massive one. There's a monster. Oh boy, this is an awesome tree with a massive trunk on it. This thing is a monster. What an incredible Torrey Pine. Yeah, this was from earlier when I was hiking up this. This is a massive trunk. This thing's bigger than a lot of our thicker than a lot of our mountain pines, believe it or not. This is a massive trunk on it. This is just driving me crazy. This is awesome. Look at the size of that trunk. Man. Day in the conifers again. Alright. Down I go. Here's a little something. It's getting ready to bloom. Sambucus cerulean, or Sambucus mexicana, or Sambucus nigra subspecies cerulean. Blue elder. I haven't seen a lot of it, but it's scattered here and there. Probably much more common on this side, the shadier sides. But it does grow in some pretty dry areas too. I can't get over that Torrey Pine. It's a massive tree. Yeah. Now we're getting closer to the water, so we're walking back more into the fog. But we're just about to wrap this up already. I'm just about down by the beach. Probably got maybe about a half mile to go, if even that. There's another mission prickly pear. There's a lot of it here. There's a lot of it growing in Torrey Pines. Pick that up, bring it home, and put it in the dirt. Sprout roots. Alright. A peaceful day out here. Really enjoyed this day. I really enjoyed doing what I did today. Had a great time hiking today. I'm glad I spent time exploring. Sometimes I just try to get my way to a summit and back, and I hit the two little summits I wanted to visit early on, very early on during this hike. Could have just made a video out of that, but I really wanted to spend my time, truly enjoy and explore, because I haven't been around most of this park in a long time. Ocean loco weed, Stragulus trichopotus variety Now we got some white sage on the other side. It's not very common in my experience here. There is some white sage up on the side of the hill. Yeah. It's been a good morning out here. There's a bird in the bush. Alright. See you when I'm basically down at the end. Talking about wind trimming and flagging. Look at this laurel sumac. Look how low growing this laurel sumac is. It's crazy. Very wind trimmed here because of the constant wind in this area. Alright. So I guess cross over here. Traffic coming. Just got back. Yeah. See my car down there. Almost back. It's kind of the sad part of the day when you get down towards the trailhead and your day's about over. Yep. There it is once again, right across the road. Mojave yucca. Quite an interesting elevation range on that plant. Right there, right across the road. The plant grows at sea level. On the seashore, right exactly at the immediate coastline. Right there. And it grows above 6,500 feet or 2,000 meters in the mountains. Great. We're apart. This is going to do it for my video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my tour of Torrey Pines. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.